Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Operation Skyfall, the largest World War II German army fortress I have ever seen in Call to Arms Gates of Hell. It was just released to the Steam Workshop, so you can play this map yourself in Last Stand game mode, and that's what we're going to be doing here today. There's miles and miles of trenches, bunkers, gun positions, everything, you name it. There's even a freaking underground fortress over here, filled to the brim with elite tanks that we can take hold of. This map is absolutely bonkers. I mean, look at this. All the way up here is a frickin' airport. This is beyond the pale. This is insane. I've never seen anything like it before. And today we're going to be fighting against 8 heroic US Army units. And we're going to be all on our lonesome here, defending this behemoth of a super fortress. So it is going to get absolutely diabolical out here. And there is one stipulation. We can only use infantry in this defense. We have so many weapons all throughout this fortress that we can go and man with this infantry that I want to put the challenge out there that we're only allowed to use that as well as resupply boxes. So we can go ahead and get the German ammo crates, we can go ahead and get German Opel Blitz resupplies, but beyond that we can only purchase infantry just to at least spice this thing up a little bit. But judging by the sheer size of this map and the defenses that we've been given, I think we can easily get a W here. At least I'm hoping, because it would be very sad if we failed in this super fortress defense. This thing is disgustingly large. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Now let's get into this thing. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Okay, so we're mobilizing our infantry pretty much everywhere we can right now. Let's go ahead and bring some over this way. Our actual HQ is down here, which is good because there's a massive gun up there and down here overlooking it. So we should be able to defend that, I think, fairly decently. I'm also going to get some snipers for us up here because this is a beautiful open field that I think snipers will have a field day on. Let's also get an officer to increase our boys' abilities up there, and then we're gonna have to fill out a lot of Volksgrenadier and regular soldiers down here and actually take control a lot of these guns that are spread out throughout here. I also noticed like over here there is a engineer truck, so we might be able to get some mines out of there. Oh my goodness. Panzerwerfer 42s. I also noticed, wait, there's also Nebelwerfers over here attached to SDKs, so we can just drive them out of there if we want. That is crazy. Okay, we're gonna send tank crews actually over this way. Whoa. Sadly, this is not mannable. Is it repairable? No. Okay, so that's just a static weapon. That would be really awesome to use. Where'd that frickin' engineer truck go? This map is so huge. It's hard to find anything. All right, send the tank crew over there. They're the best ones for mining if you have mines on the battlefield because they have empty inventories, so they're really easy to use for that. All right, the sharpshooters over here with his officer. Excellent. We've got mobilizing units all over the place over here, and now we can start going and loading some of these weaker troops up into the Cannon 39. MG42s, we're gonna have these guys just in the trenches defending because their gun is already very good, and I don't want to waste it on putting them on a cannon. But then all the rest of these guys, there's tons of flak guns everywhere for them to go ahead and man. Oh my goodness, there's just 3 Tiger tanks in a row right here. What the heck? And a King Tiger. But the King Tiger is not usable. Sad. Okay, but the other Tiger tanks appear to be, which is crazy. Also up on this barricade, it looks like there's a big gun up here. I just can't see it. Where's the big gun? Is it that? Oh, that's not that big. Wait. Oh, no, it's that right there. Okay, there's a coastal gun up here we can use. I'm also noticing we can man these planes, so I'm wondering if we might be able to take off with those, which would be just absolutely insane and really fun. So I'm gonna see if we can do that later on. Gerbers Flocker, y'all, get them up here, get the Grenadiers up here, get the Volksgrenadiers up here. We need the people. We need the people up here, boys. All right, go ahead and, oh, did you get stuck? We have our first victim of getting stuck in the map. Get out of there. No, that's a Thor Carl mortar. What? Hold on. Oh my god, it's manable. That is disgusting. Can you get out of there? Okay, there we go. Our first boy stuck in the map. We're gonna bring him up there to that coastal gun. That'll be beautiful. Get on that Dushka. There's a Dushka here? Did they steal a Dushka from the Soviet lines? I don't know. And you guys get up here on these 5cm guns. Wunderbar. And then we bring in the additional soldiers over this way. Oh my god. We're gonna miss so many things that we can man because there's so many freaking positions on this map. This entire squad is just gonna get into these tiger tanks. That's what I've decided. Okay, there you go. We'll go ahead and set this to free fire mode. It looks like there's already 2 supply packs up here, so we don't even have to worry about that. We can just fire away, baby. Are you unable to get in there? What's your deal? Are you stuck? Okay, there you go. Now we can get in there, and free fire mode on that sucker as well. This one's already on free fire mode. Wunderbar. Love to see that. Honestly, I'm not gonna do it. We'll do the mines. We'll take time to just do a little bit of mining. Just a little bit. Honestly, it's not worth the time. I think it's better to use these tank crewmen to get some of these different guns up here. I mean, look at this. There's a Hummel over here. Panzer 756. Is that a KV-2 that they transferred to a Panzer? I can't even tell. Does anyone know? You guys are usually better with World War II weapons than me, so let me know if you know what that vehicle is exactly. Yeah, I'd rather spend time doing this than mining. We do mine defenses all the time. Instead, let's go ahead and actually fully dive into trying to protect this area with what's given to us, because I think we can do it without mines, honestly. So let's get on these coastal guns over this way. We've got so many soldiers we need to get into place here, and in tip-top fighting shape, that mining just seems like a waste of time. There's flak guns up that way. Beautiful. We do have 26 minutes to go ahead and set up our defense. The total game time is an 2-hour long battle, so we do have plenty of time to defend after our setup is here. So, you know, we're gonna have to make sure that we can defend the whole time. We're gonna try our darndest. It would be really pathetic if we lost this battle with everything they're giving us. I would be so sad if we lost this battle. So please, guys, if we lose the battle, I give you explicit permission to bully me in the comment section, okay? You know, normally, we do not endorse bullying on this channel, but this is deserved. If I lose this battle, it is deserved, okay? So feel free. There's an SDK over there. Might as well use it. I mean, there's just no point in leaving that thing alone. Let's go into these guns over here. You know what? Screw it. You get on the Dushka. It's better than your MG42. We just gotta make sure we covered the flank positions over here, too. That's gonna be important. All right, guys. We have a long road ahead of us. Oh, my God. There's a Tiger 2 out there. Oh, my God. Okay, we're sending a squad out there. I'm gonna go ahead and time-lapse a bit because we have a lot to set up here, and it's gonna take some time. Okay, we've still got 15 minutes, 50 seconds to set up defenses. I'm a little bit concerned about the right side over here. There's almost no defenses over here until you get to this river back here. So we are going to pivot a few squads this way to make sure that we have defenses over here in case the enemy circumvents us. But the other problem is, what if they flank us around the back here? They just wrap around if they spawn over there. So we're gonna bring some Panthers over this way to try and stop that from occurring. Luckily there's rolling hills, which will be helpful. We also have an SDK here that we could bring up over... Well, it should probably be further back this way. Also got the Morser over here. There's one flak gun over this way, so I figured, hey, why not put some folks in there and see if we can't blast off. Okay, here's another Panther that we repaired out here, so we'll bring that out this way. This King Tiger is also repaired, or it should be. Yes, sir. Good stuff. I'm going to bring it to the left side over here, because this is another position that just does not have a lot of defenses. I'm really worried about them spawning on our flanks. This needs more repairs. That would be a disaster if they end up spawning on our flanks versus spawning directly in front of us, because almost all of the defenses are pointing directly straight ahead. So we need to be ready for that possibility. We'll never be fully ready for like enemies spawning back here. If that happens, we could be cooked. However, we need to try our best to get ready for that just in case, including maybe getting some people up on this top fortress over here. That'll be good. All right, these guys are all running out there. We've got this bridge set up, so at the very least, our main defense over here will not be flanked because we have that bridge intact, which is the farthest point, I believe, a flank could come in from. So I think our actual defense here will be fine. There's a tiny little H-39 turret right there. Not the most powerful of cannons. It's an early war tank, but hey, we'll use it either way. All right, and we'll man up all that stuff. Beautiful. A lot of our inner defenses luckily do come with a ton of supply boxes all around them, so that should be okay. Let's get another freaking sniper over here. I want to snipe the crap out of everyone over this way. That'd be pretty fun. Okay, so we got all that. There's also more tanks back here. Panzer IV-H's, which is great. J right there. Okay. Oh yeah, and then down here, I forgot about all this stuff down here. Well, we are at max capacity, so maybe we'll save those for later, that we can use later on if need be. But for now, we'll leave them down there. Let's actually get you guys up this way, more so. Yeah, I think being on that flank might be a mistake. It's so hard to decide. There's so many positions they could come from. It's a little bit of a disaster for us. Let's get you guys behind this hill because that's a more secured position down here than up that way. We've got these two units here that can go over there, I suppose, and you're in a good spot there. Okay. There's a lot to cover. A lot of bases to cover. Dushka in there, nice. We'll get you guys into these bunkers if there are Dushkas in them to utilize. That'd be great. Okay, good stuff. And over here, beautiful. The rest of y'all come up on this hillside here and we'll find more positions for you. Okay, so we got one Panther over here, which it's going to be facing upwards that way. We got our SDK over here backing up this Panther and the Morser up there. That's all we're going to have for now because we'll set up more defenses back here to protect that front line if we can. Because this flank could be nasty if it ends up becoming a true flank and they actually attack out this way. That could be really bad for us. All right, let's go ahead and get some of you guys into some of these suckers right here. We do have another Nebula over here that we've already gone ahead and manned, which is perfect. And then we'll get more infantry around these parts. These Ostwind, yeah. The Ostwind, we'll go... Actually, you know what? Just flip these guns around, because you guys actually have really good protection over there. I will bring this machine gun SDK down, though, because that's not going to be as good there. But yeah, these things just honestly rotate around, because you guys do have pretty good concrete barriers right there that you can utilize. So we'll just do that. Ooh, Pack 43, hold up. You guys get in there. I know I'm using a ton of, like, regular infantry for these things, but tank crews have such a long respawn time that using those would be just horrible. It would just cause so much delay in everything. This is a good point down here, by the way. I'd love to hold this, actually, so why don't we pivot a lot of the troops that are out here into here, because there's mortars down there, there's a lot of supply points, it seems very easily defendable, so we'll go ahead and get additional troops down that way, and then we'll also get additional troops up here to defend that way, and then you guys might come over to the left side here, and we'll split y'all up across there. All right, let me continue time-lapsing. We got work to do. Alright, 1 minute on the clock until enemy forces arrived. I've pulled back more of these vehicles to cover the right flank over here. I'm really hoping that works for us. I don't know if it will. I thought about sending infantry over here as well, but we're just kind of fresh out of room in our army to do that, so we're just gonna have to be kind of stuck without that for now. Also, some lighter Panzer IIIs around here in case they come in the left flank over this way. I'm a little bit concerned about that. Also, took some of the Nashorns from the underground bunkers. We're putting them up here to try and prevent any flanks potentially that could come from this road. Again, it's just tough not knowing where the enemy is actually going to be coming from. We got these vehicles here. I'm not going to pull them out yet. We're going to leave them there for the time being until we feel like we might need them, which could be very soon. I don't know. I do not know. It is not good. These guys. Oh, there's a gun here. Is there anywhere we could put you guys more or less? Oh, let's put some there, I guess. We'll send some up this way. All right, here we go. First wave's coming in over here very heavily. Oh my god. Oh wait, we've got a control point we could capture over here. Let's oh my god, the lag is unreal right now. Let's get you guys over here so that'll give us some more income. Okay, thank goodness they are all coming over here. That's great. That is great for us. It is generating tons of lag because they're all coming right over here. But you know what? That is way more helpful than if they were split up everywhere. But there's 8 US armies all spawning in right here, right now. Let's actually go ahead and use our Karl mortar here. We'll pivot it and try and get some good impact here. They're bringing out all sorts of stuff. Holy cow. I'm actually gonna shoot for the back because that's where all of their artillery is currently at and stuff like that, so I think the Karl mortar would be better off used over this way. As much as I'd like to get a massive infantry kill, I'm gonna fire it over here. Alright, shots going out, tons of infantry coming in this way. Right now we just kind of have to deal with this. I want to see that Karl mortar shot so bad coming on in. Pack 43 down below here is getting absolutely destroyed by incoming shots. Our flak guns over here not doing too well. There's the Karl mortar shot, baby. Let's go. Massive kills right there. Love to see it. Okay, we can bring in these Panthers and things like that as reinforcements since the enemy is only spawning in on that side. So I'm going to do that right now because it seems like we're going to need it. As strong as our defenses truly are right now, it's clear to me that the enemy is bringing in everything. That this is a massive, massive endeavor by the enemy. So we got that stuff coming in that way. Let's go ahead and bring some of these Panzer IIIs around here just to get them firing a little bit. Enemy infantry is coming through heavily. Our King Tiger over here is still alive. I think we need more infantry of our own out here, so let's go ahead and pull some in. Go, go, go. I do not want to lose these bunkers so early on, or else we'll have some problems with that. So get these guys in here, get them stomping up here. And against these walls. Right now, our static defenses are still firing enough to hold this for us, which is good, but that could end at any point. Let's go ahead and split these guys up that way. Seems like the left side is under a bit worse of an attack than the right side over here, so we're still okay on this side for sure. It's the other side that's a little bit rougher. Honestly, more infantry down here would also be really good for us. Maybe some on the wall as well as some below once we lose some more troops to keep them at bay over here. Their artillery got unhitched early because we killed their truck apparently. So it's facing the wrong direction because of that, which is fantastic. We got some random mortar units out here, which honestly could cause some problems for us. So I'm actually going to sacrifice this just to take them out real quick because I want you to focus on that 76. We just need to get this close enough to actually kill it. We have secured the resources. For some reason, it spammed it out like 8 times and gave us a ton of money. That's a glitch on the map. Okay. Fire. Nope. Missed it. All right. Just start hitting them. Just start hitting them as much as you can. Okay. First wave, not too shabby. We got 3 minutes 30 seconds till the next wave starts coming on in here. That's when things will get real dicey for us. I'm thinking about bringing up this Jagged Tiger as well to maybe like right about here and start pulling out maybe some more of this stuff back here as well, because we could get just absolutely hammered as time goes on here, and that would be a bit of a yikes. All right, let's also bring this out here. This little half track with the AA gun on the back there. Bring out these, maybe behind the Sherman. That way the Sherman 76 that we repaired can act as a bit more of a buffer for it. A little bit heavier armor there. And then we'll also bring out this Panzer IV to the back there, because that's a massive artillery shell that would be most welcome. Yes, sir. All right. So far, so good. Let's check out the losses. So we've killed 408 infantry, 37 vehicles. 30 vehicles. We've lost 37 infantry and 2 vehicles. So far, we're outpacing them by a lot, which is awesome. But they're going to just continuously get onslaughts towards us, which is going to be a yikes. Definitely want to kill this because it is actually rotating now. So let's get that dealt with. All right, boys. Rotate, rotate, rotate further. Come on. Where are you? What the heck is happening? Also, there's random infantry over here. What happened there? Boys. Okay, repair that, I guess. Yeah, we need this dead. Hold on. Do not let that turn any farther. Okay, terrible shot. Incroyable. How about another one? Another one. All right, we're gonna zero in over this way. They've got a sniper out there too who's hitting us, which is kind of frustrating. Getting a couple kills here and there. Fire. Come on, son. I need you guys to target that. You know what? Do an attack ground order right there for me. All right, chap. Just keep firing that way. All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring you out a little bit farther to be a little bit more in the way. That'll protect our other stuff a bit better. Let's also go ahead and get some more infantry over here, because I think... actually, bring it to the left side. Bring the additional infantry to the left side. That's where it's going to be needed, I think, most. Good stuff. We've also got these guys over here who captured that point for us. Let's bring them on back over this way. Did you guys kill that thing? Nope. All right, 1 minute till the next wave. All right, here we go. 10 seconds on the clock. Let's go ahead and try another shot here. Oh, there we go. Our boy got it. Our boy got it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, there is a mortar over here, too. We're going to fire out that way, and it fell way short. Sad. All right, next wave starts spawning on in here. The problem is any one of these waves could be our last defense of this point, and then we're going to have to scramble to defend the next point. It's just if they can manage to overwhelm us or not. I think we will have a couple more waves where we can hold. This thing has terrible range. My God. All right, bring it farther forward. It is so laggy. Oh, my God. All right, you need to target that probably right there. There's just so many units in such a concentrated area, it makes it next to impossible to move about the cabin. This is rough. Our artillery is spamming out some fire. We're losing a couple more minor things over here. That sucks. Fire! Okie dokie then. Whiffing shots left and right. It is what it is. It's so laggy. There we go. Some of our tanks getting some big kills. Look at this invasion. Oh my God. This is disgusting. Fire. Very good shot. Very good shot right there. What I'm going to actually do, I should have done this a little bit sooner. Can do it now though. Let's bring up one of these Panzerwaffes up this way so we can use that as anti-infantry for us. Alright, you need to start hitting some of this infantry out this way, please. Alright, our tank here can also go ahead and start shredding a bit better, I think. Let's pop the smoke on this. And then we're going to take aim at this little guy. Good kill right there. Didn't want that getting too much closer to us, to be honest. Alright, how are we doing over here? The lag is unreal, boys. Unreal. Alright, we're going to take aim over this way. They've got a bunch of stuff set up over there, which could be devastating for us, but let's go ahead and rip into that. What was that gun even? Oh, it's still alive. God dang it. All right, just keep firing there. Do I have, like, air support or anything? We have an artillery signaler. That's not going to be that helpful. That's probably the best thing we can get out of our equipment over there, because we are only allowed to buy infantry, and that is infantry. Everything else is not infantry. Come on, guys. All right, we're much slower to kill in this one. I'm glad I brought up those extra reinforcements out here. They've got so much infantry out this way. It's way harder as well to go ahead and actually micromanage here due to the fact that it's so laggy. Let's get some additional infantry over this way. All right, we might need to use the Karl mortar here. I'm not going to use it against the infantry because they will die eventually, but then all of these mortars and things that they keep on spawning in back here, we need to go ahead and take a bite out of them. Can we fire out this way for me? Reach, reach, reach. Come on. Further back. Further back. Let's go. All right, good. Fire. Just fire before we tap out of that. I'm worried about that thing because there's a lot of infantry around it, so hopefully that incoming reinforcement infantry is good for us. That shot has not landed yet. Hopefully it does very soon. I need you to kill more infantry. There she goes. That got some good kills for us. Good stuff. All right, they're going to actually make a beeline for our stuff back here. We have plenty of infantry over here to deal with them over this way, but I don't like that they're managing to get so far back there so quickly. It's cringe. All right, you get out of that little hole you're in. How do they keep getting stuck in there? It's so silly. All right, and then you guys up here, come on up. Come on, fellas, get into better fighting positions. It's tough out here. It's very, very tough out here. Okay, this thing is totally toasted. Repair that real quick for me. We've got more gaps in our defense up here as more of this stuff ends up dying. That's not good. All right. This thing needs to kill that for me, please. Guys, this is not ideal. All right, the lag is subsiding slightly because we have so many losses on the enemy side of things, which is good. But clearly they're tearing us apart here, and their spawn-ins are absolutely insane, so it's becoming quite a bit harder to actually maintain this. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively get a supply thing over here, as well as a German ammo crate over here for you to keep those things resupplied on the battlefield. Our infantry up here is still good. They're still firing away pretty nicely. We'll get more up there because this is a good little side area. This seems to be the more focus point for the enemy, and also just bum rushing down here is very, very rough for us at the moment. They just keep coming through this way so hard. Kind of crazy. All right, split these guys up a little bit better. You're just in charge of guarding the Karl mortar there. I might actually go ahead and snag that though with one of these troops and drag it over to the Karl mortar so that it will reload its ammunition. Okay, good stuff, boyos. All right, these guys are also coming in to resupply that area, but I say we push them further back that way. Let's also get repairs on that Panther right there. We're gonna need them. Okie dokie then, fellers. Bouquet. Got more troops coming out here. These got stuck. They are ever so slightly moving forward, but just not super well. Okay, yeah, now pivot over there. And then this sucker we'll bring into the fields over this way. That way it's not a primary target for the enemy. We can hopefully get away with it, just kind of chilling in the back, sniping out tanks here and there, while everyone else on the front lines takes the actual risks, because that thing is massive and very powerful, and I don't want to lose it. A lot of our guns over here are completely dead. Our mortars are still popping off, though. They've got a lot of kills between them, so that's pretty awesome. This thing also, 28 kills, 6 vehicle kills. That is insane. This Panther over here, 10 infantry kills, 1 vehicle kill. Oh, can you guys get back on this? It's pretty heavily damaged, but the main gun does still work. So we'll find... no, they bailed off. Okay, try and see if you could get repairs on that. I'm not sure if they will, but it'd be really nice. You have also borked off of that MG42. Please get back on it. Repair that main gun right there. 1 minute 17 seconds until all lag breaks loose, boys. Get ready. Get ready. We're going to aim this preemptively over that way. Our King Tiger could maybe come a little bit closer to try and stand in defiance of that a bit better. Okay. Beyond that, boys, we're still kind of on our own. Wow. All right. This is, you know what? Despite this being a very, very incredible fortress that is still holding 8 hardcore U.S. Army armies. It's a lot. It's a lot, okay? All right, wait, hold on. Get this over here now. Perfect. This is basically just going to guard this hilltop in case any enemy units pop up over there. We've still got these over on the right flank too to support. We got Hummels over this way. Yeah, we should be okay beyond that, okay? Opel Blitz made it here, which is wunderbar. Alright, we're still in this thing. We're still in this thing, baby. Alright, let's take our Morser over this way. And pivot it over here. Just get this shot lined up. They will have invincibility for the first like second or so they spawn in, but that does wear off pretty quickly, so we just need to wait for that. Okay, there's a secondary point available. Alright, wait for that. Wait for them to stop flashing. That's when the invincibility wears off. Okay. Alright, those guys in the front there are good to cook. I'm gonna wait for a little bit more to spawn in. Alright, fire. Beautiful shot. Let's go. Massive shot right there. This thing's up to 35 kills. That's what I'm talking about. That is a beaut right there. We're reloading that puppy. It's going to take a bit, but that'll stop the infantry from full-on rushing us like that again. At least on that side of the battlefield. There's still so much over here, though. This could be doing so much better. This flak gun, I feel like it's just not holding up its end of the bargain. Got random infantry kind of all around here. I wish I could really flood these trenches with more and more infantry, but we're kind of at our max capacity because of all of these very expensive vehicles we're manning. But hey, it's probably worth it. Let's go ahead and get repairs on this. This one's turret's still working. That's all that matters, so I'm going to leave that one be. This is almost reloaded. Thank goodness, because we are going to need a big juicer of a shot over here. Try and disrupt some of these enemies coming forward, or go for the mortars. They have a lot of mortars back here. Maybe we shoot right around here, because that would get quite a few of their vehicles down. They're still just bum rushing their infantry forward, causing some serious disruptions for our lines. We are losing troops in the back. Hold on. Finish reloading. Come on, buddy. Oh my god, its reload time is so long. The lag doesn't help with that. There we go. They're getting cut apart by our guys on the left there, though. We'd love to see that. That is glorious for us. That is absolutely glorious. Okay, this is almost reloaded. And then we can eliminate some of these vehicles back here. Or do we want to go, like, even farther back? I honestly don't even know. Maybe we do go for the infantry. That's a lot of infantry coming up there. Oh, we can't because it's too close to us. That's stupid. Okay. Come on, reload! All the good shots are running away. Hold on. Hold. Steady. Reload. Come on. Right here. There we go. Alright, firing for effect right over that way. So much infantry flooding in this way. It's absurd. Okay, at least we got this backup infantry over there. There is our shot. And it takes out a decent amount, it looks like. I'm gonna get more Goebbels Flaka over this way. Yeah. And then let's also get a Volksgrenadier squad to go and capture the point over here. That's what they're bum rushing for over that way, by the way, is that point right there that just spawned in. There's also a machine gun we could go ahead and sit on right there if we so desire. Okay, enemy infantry is coming through, but we're killing them pretty decently. We're getting the kills we need to get. There we go. Yep, that's the kill zone right there. That's what we want to keep on hitting, baby. Beautiful. Alright, it is so unbelievably laggy. It is laggy to the nth degree. It's disgustingly laggy. I hate to say it. Why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of time-lapsing of the overhead fortress here for a bit, because I think we've got this under control. It's more so about the lag right now. That's just, it's a tough watch. Alright boys, the next wave did come through and we did take some losses. Our SDK, no! And also this is fairly damaged. I am going to go ahead and replenish infantry in the front lines here. It's not going to do much, sadly. I think mainly because the all of the rest of the systems over here we had in place are already dead. But I think if we could get infantry down here, we could definitely hold this for quite some time, because only their infantry should be able to get in there to attack us. So I think that'd be a good idea. They are continuing to come through up this way pretty heartily. We're stopping them, so I'm not too worried about that. But the thing is, they just keep coming, and it's a really close fight for our men. Like, they're right up against us. Also, this is not reloading shells. That's not good. I'm gonna take a shot back here though, because they got a lot of vehicles coming up here. We'll fire right there, and it'll take a little bit for it to come down. So hopefully they're still in place there when it gets down there. We do still have some stuff up over here, but a lot of it has died. Let's run this trooper over here. Good, big explosion, takes out a lot of enemies. I think it might be time to abandon this position and send troops back this way. Might be time for that. Oh, where'd the Panzerwaffe go? There it is. Alright, we're gonna use this puppy now. Hold on. They're bringing up a lot of their equipment, so they're getting cocky. I think we're still going to fire back here, though, because I still see on the minimap more artillery and guns back here. So let's go ahead and just take some pot shots with the Nebelwerfer back there. There we go. Get some kills on that. Good stuff. The Morser here could also maybe... Does it even have any kills? No, it does not. Maybe we actually bring this one back, just in case. I am a little bit concerned. They're breaching through here pretty good. So I want to try and get this out of here, and then we got infantry coming up to reinforce the right side, which I think is the right call, because the right side is at least still standing decently. Get you guys out of there. Yeah, the flak guns are still active over here. That's all good, you know. We're doing all right over here. We'll get more troops into that Panther, which is alive. Okay, this is getting hammered now, but it is doing some killing itself, so we'll leave it as is. Let's go ahead and peel you back here as well. That way we don't lose you. And then we got the rest of our troops back here. And our tanks. We're still very, very loaded over here. We've got a ton going for us over this way. It's just, I don't like that front position anymore, so I think we're just going to let them die out as they come, and then we're gonna start reinforcing the back area here, so that way we're ready for when the enemy comes through this way, because they will pretty heartily. We do have Nashorns over here and stuff like that, so that's good. Let's also start getting some of these tanks back here involved, and then there's some more over there we'll be able to get. There's some over here we'll be able to get as well. Good. And then what happened to our King Tiger, or Jagged Tiger, or whatever? Oh, it's right here. Do we want to leave this here? It is firing. It's not really doing too much. A random mortar there. We could pull it back to here, and then it can act as a flank protectant over that way for when the enemy does breach through that way. I think that could be a good idea. Let's get you guys set up over that way. Let's get y'all set up over here maybe a little bit better. Just trying to protect our flanks a bit more. All right, this is still creeping on back here. This has 26 kills, but it's all infantry kills. So right now it's only infantry really coming through this area and getting the jump on us over here. So that's fine. Let's get you out of here. Up there maybe. We could get you out of here. Yeah, the enemy is really still focusing heavily over here. These guys, the only thing left is the King Tiger at the moment, sadly. Rip. And the Lafayette, but I don't think that's even doing anything. So that's a bit of a rip right there. Okay, I'm slightly nervous about this next wave. I mean, the lag is back. They've got a lot of troops coming forward, clearly. This is going to be a doozy of one, for sure. Let's start getting these firing out there. Go ahead, just start popping them off. It's pretty difficult to miss, to be completely honest. There's so many freaking troopers over here. Oh, this has only got one guy in it, so the reload time on that is bad. Let's go ahead and get some of you guys down here to help him out, and then we'll also get an additional soldier over here. Hummel getting massive kills. Good job, my friend. Love that. Love that. All right, you're gonna pivot over there and shoot at them later on. These machine guns over here are still popping off. 72 kills, 2 vehicle kills. That's insane. 21 on this one. Not too shabby. That is totally dead right there. So let's instead move you guys over this way. Good. And oh, there's a flak gun up here. Why don't we get a couple troops on that sucker? All right, good. Oh, that's so many enemies. That is so many enemies. We're still pile driving these guys out of here. Let's go ahead and split these guys up along here, so that way we have some interception capability. Those are the guys who got the last point for us. We got those guys mobilizing out there. It's a little laggy to go ahead and distribute them right now, so I'll wait on that. There's so much infantry on the battlefield. This is absurd, bro. This is absolutely crazy. I think we still easily obtain a nice W on this point. On this wave, whatever you want to call it. This should be a very, very easy W for us. We've just got so much still stacked up here. The next one, we might be getting pushed back and retreated back. But that's okay, because we're setting up for that later on. How many kills do we have? 1,600. Very good. We've lost 219 soldiers at this point. We've got our additional infantry reinforcements coming in over this way, so we should be able to slice through these guys, and their tanks are still not able to come forward. So I think we're still good for the time being. Since it's so laggy, let's time-lapse. We're getting 5 FPS. Okay, hold up. We got tanks coming up over the horizon now. So the enemy is finally like reaching this line. We do have our tanks in. Oh, the Hummel over there is going rip the dream. We've got this protecting our flank over here, which is great. It could be a little closer though and still be safe. We've got so much hill coverage over here. I think we'll be okay doing that. I am gonna move this Nashorn over here, I think, because it seems pretty clear to me they're not going to be coming from that end. So there's no point in this being here. We could do the same with some of this infantry over here. I don't think they're coming from that way, so I think we'll be okay in doing so. This we can bring up to here, I think. We'll leave those there for now, because there's still a chance they'll attack this bridge, I think. Can we hit all the way back here? No, where can we hit with this? Can we hit, like, around here? Potentially? Yes, we can. Okay, good. So the next wave is spawning. Yeah, should we move this King Tiger back? Yeah, bring the King Tiger back here, alright? We're gonna bring this back here. Probably best spot for it. Maybe down here, potentially? I don't know, it's tough. We should also probably go get those Stugs down there. Let's get some infantry down that way so we can bring them. Let's also go ahead and get another sniper right over here for us. That will be wunderbar. We've got plenty of defenses around here. This needs to be free fire mode. Perfect. Excellent. All right, and then we can also grab these tanks back here. I want a better tank defense up here than we had in the previous battle at the front lines, because that wasn't it, Chief. They're starting to break through with these tanks. We're getting a bit of a tank graveyard here, which is good, but that has already died. Rip the dream with that. They're going to start coming through, and we're going to have to defend over this way a lot better. Yeah. Look at all those enemies, man. It's absolutely insane. Here's our Karl Mortar. Go ahead and bring this around here. We've also got this tank, which is a rocket tank, so that'll be good. This grill, let's go ahead and pivot over there. Should we bring these out ever so slightly so they can at least fire? That would be good. What happened to our other 2 Tiger tanks that we had spawned in? Like, that were already on the map, I mean. I don't know where those went off to. Did I put them... Oh, no, I put them around here. There's the other one. There's the other one. Okay, that's right. That's right. All Alright, let's go ahead and get one more tank in this way. Perfect. Okay, so they're coming through pretty heavily now. We need to pivot this over here. Good. These, let's go ahead and take out the rockets. See if we can't get some shots on these guys on this hill. Oh, there's so many coming. Alright. Go ahead and fire. So that'll be 3 big boy rockets hitting around here pretty quick. That'll be good for us. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. They all kind of clustered up right over there. There we go. There's 4. Yeah, very clustered shots, but hey, we'll take it. That's a decent number of kills right there. Let's get back to this rocket right here. We need to start using up some of this. Stop their infantry from having so much damage on us. Fire right here. 6 shots going in deep. Come on. There we go. That's going to be big. Yes, sir. Absolutely massive. Very good spread on those shots. Look at that. It's like hitting everywhere we need it to. Gorgeous. All right. Our King Tiger here did get tracked or something. Yeah, it did. Sadly, that thing's probably dead. It just couldn't get away in time. Let's go ahead and push you guys forward a little bit and spread you out. It's a good little gully for you to defend right there. All of our guns on top of our fortress are starting to fire out now. We just need to make sure it's enough. We need to make sure it's enough. There's so much coming forward. Holy cow. All right, we're going to spam some more rocket fire against the hill here if we can reach it. Try and get some kills on some of these guys because some of their lighter vehicles will be problematic for us. Where's our cursor? There it is. It's still coming in, still coming in. All right, yeah, we can fire all the way back here. Go ahead and zoom in and take the shot now. Hopefully some big money hits with that. I'm not worried about this wave. It's the following waves that could get nasty for us. All right, good. We're getting some damage in there. It's not the strongest Nebel, sadly. All right, this is tracked again. It is just big chilling right there. That poor thing. Honestly, that thing might be cooked. This is firing out now. These big guns we got here. That's awesome. Oh, this just fired. I don't know where it fired though. Okay, let's actually get that a resupply truck out here. Go on there, my friend, and let's get some additional infantry in the back lines of our fortress here. And the front lines. We should also have some up here. Because it seems like we're going to need it. It seems like they're going to be coming up here pretty heartily. And I want to be ready for them. Good stuff, boys. Get out there. Get out there. All right, good. We've also got the Stone Morser still alive here. Which does not have great range. So we're still chilling on that one. Okay. Here, this puppy. Why don't we send forward a little bit? You need to pivot like so. This out here is getting some shots in, which is good. So I'll leave this where it is now. Okay, got a hit. No big kills, though. All right, and then we've still got all this infantry out here, which is great. And these mortars are still around, which is cool as well. But they're probably going to die at some point. We'll just leave them out there. They're a good distraction unit, you know. Might as well leave them to distract. Okay, alrighty then. These are reloading. We've still got this sucker up here. Drag it a little bit farther forward. Let's bring this Ostwind over here. Just want a little bit more like anti-infantry stuff going on for us over here too. Okay, and then these guys we brought over here a while back to steal some of these. Go ahead and hop on those suckers for us. We can get on that one too, I guess. Alright, these are Pumas. They're lighter. They're not going to be huge tank killers or anything like that, but they're very quick, agile. Might as well have them in the back lines for emergencies, I suppose. That could be a good idea. Alright, good stuff. Panzers made it up to the front lines here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and... Oh, these are not accessible to us. Sad. Okay. I'll get a Volkstrom squad over here, though. Just to have more units actually on the point itself in case they break through to that area. Okay, their next wave's in 50 seconds. Oh, it just started pouring outside. My goodness. Okay, this we could drag back here, I guess. Why not? It's just chilling back there. Okay, good stuff. What else do we have? This flak. Let's go ahead and bring up here. We've got a couple more tanks over this way, which we did bring infantry for. Get you guys on that. Get you guys on that. Wait, hold on. Give me 2 of you and get in there. Perfect. Okay, and then there's still these 2, which I'm just gonna leave for now. We got the engineer truck out there. The Nashorn got stuck. Please pivot and get unstuck, please. Oh, it just glitched its way out. Okay, hey, I'll take it. I'll take the glitch out. We love that. All right, we want you. Maybe there. That's a cheeky little spot. I don't know. Maybe this side. Maybe further back here, actually. That's a pretty decent spot right there. We'll do that. We'll do that. All right, the next point's right over here, so these guys are going to probably be seeing some serious action. Let's bring this farther forward so it can light up those enemies with those big boy guns. That's coming out. We got this over here as well, which is great. I don't want them bringing like a Calliope. That would be the death of us. I'm going to bring just one of these out, probably. Okay. This thing is still alive. Crew just bailed out of it, apparently. Let's get the rest of those guys in there so they can keep using it. Yeah, we'll do these one at a time at the entrance here as a good distraction tank, because that'll probably go decently, I think. All right, the enemy is spawning in heartily. Oh lord, they coming in big. Okay, here we go. The infantry is getting close enough for us to start using our Nebels, I think. Let's get one juicer right back there. I think that'll probably be pretty good against that infantry. Let's go ahead and gear up the next rocket of this guy. Get this ready to roll. Oh my god, the lag is unreal. What's the range on this? All right, it's not quite as far, but I think by the time it reaches there, those guys will be closer, so we'll start firing that. Wait, did it start firing? No, it did not. Fire, fire, fire. There we go. All right, perfect. Nebel shots going out. Good, good, good. The next round will be from this puppy here. Luckily, we can buy supply crates, so we can always resupply these Nebels. I think the big thing, though... Oh, juicy shot! The big thing is disrupting their infantry before it gets too out of control. The infantry, honestly, is very problematic. Their tanks, less so. They have so much infantry that they're able to just charge through our guns and not worry about losses, which is an insane tactic, but it works for them. All right, we're also going to take this one and fire it out here as well. Good stuff. Now, let's go ahead and purchase ourselves. There is supplies here already, but I'm going to get even more up here because I think we will run out over that way. Let's get another supply crate over here for you. Good. And then this did resupply, which is great. It's just still reloading at the moment. All right. We got some massive shots in with our Nebels. That is they're still going. They're still going. That's nuts. Heck yeah. We definitely want to shoot this probably around back here, try and disrupt a few more of their tanks as they come forward. It's just taking a while for that reload right there. All right, now our Ostwinds and MGs are starting to get kills. You can see in the kill count right there. Whoa. One of the light poles is going nuts. Look at that on the right side of the map. I'm like scared to move the camera because of how laggy it is. All right, our Tiger over there is dead again. That's a rip. Poor guy, poor lad. All right, here we go. We can fire this now. I want a deep shot down center back there. Trying to kill some of those vehicles that they've got going for them. Here we go. They're walking into our field of fire for our Ostwinds and MGs. Imagine if all of those guys we killed with the Nebels ended up getting up here, we would be a lot more cooked. But for now, we're able to hold pretty much fine over here against them, which is great. Okay, can we get, yep, another supply box over here for these boyos. This grill could be in a much better location. Should we take a pot shot with this sucker? Finally get this thing a kill? I don't know, give it a try. Woo! Skadoosh! Glorious. Truly, truly glorious. Alright, get me German ammo crate over here for that guy as well. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and set these guys to free fire mode too. I don't see why not. If we're going to be reloading them, they could just go ahead and take shots at their own will. Alright, love it. Let's go ahead and do another time lapse. We got some time before the next wave comes up, but we're kind of just crushing it right now, and the super fortress is holding, and it's wicked laggy. Alright boys, 15 minutes went by right there, and we have just a staunch defense going on back here. This is perfect. We are clapping cheeks. That pack 40 got unmanned apparently. Let's go ahead and get more units up in here, but right now our artillery is popping off, our tanks in the back popping off, doing good things for us. And getting the kills that we need. We might actually go ahead and bring this one out too. That Stug right there. Let's bring this out so it can fire. Let's bring this out so it can fire. We're just going for like a wall of fire type of battle right now. It's just to try and get as much going as we possibly can. Let's go ahead and start resupplying some of these suckers again up in here. Make sure they're nice and cooked up with plenty of ammo. Let's go ahead and fire out here with this one. Try and get a couple of kills on those guys. That will help. This thing over here is still doing well. This came out here and got one kill. Let's go. Go ahead and build sandbags on that. Tiger over here still going well. Yeah. Guys, we're cooking. Let's get one last sniper over here. Beautiful. B-E-A, beautiful, baby. And a Volksgrenadier squad for him, too. Nice. Yeah, we are just straight up holding like crazy. Zero problems at the moment. Let's go ahead and time-lapse back here and watch the enemies coming in from the back. Okay, enemies are actually kind of reaching the front. They did make it up here, as you can see. We did eliminate them fairly easily, though. It's not really a threat. It's not at all, in fact. But I will go ahead and reinforce over here just to make sure that we can wipe them out a little bit earlier, because I don't want to see them just torching our boys every single time. So let's get additional reinforcements up here. Wonderful. This stuff is still firing, which is good. Let's go ahead and, oh, there's no one here to fire at. Fire anyway! Yay! There's like a couple tanks out there, I guess. Okay. Yeah, and then these ones are chilling over here too. It's really not a big deal. We're just kind of crushing it. Okay, yeah, I mean, we might be just kind of in the last 36 minutes here just time-lapsing because we are dominating. Just destroying them. Absolutely. They're getting cooked. I think we do have a solid position here, and that just kind of comes with the territory of having a super fortress, so it's nice. Let's just watch this, I guess. Okay, boys, we got 24 minutes still on the battle timer here. We're just cruising, though. Like, no big deal. Move these guys up here to get some ammo. This guy down here. Migrate this way. Pack 40 still not wanting to pack 40. Cringe. Let's get the Gerber squad over this way. Let's get the Jaeger squad over this way. Let's get additional Volksgrenadier over this way. Let's get some of these guys over here. Very nice. Alright, we're full up again. but that's okay. All that's on the battlefield is a long line of like AT stuff, and here comes the next wave. But on the minimap, you can see they have like a ton of machine guns and AT guns that just like kind of plopped down and never moved forward. Everything else is dead. We're up to 3,888 kills. The enemy, I think, might be kind of running out of steam, to be completely honest with you. This is still chilling over here. This is up to 10 kills, not bad. This is over here, this is over here. Yeah, we're just vibing. The vibes. Immaculate. Immaculate. Alright, let's continue the little time lapse because there's nothing to do at the moment, sadly. Alright, boys, it looks like there's 5 minutes 30 seconds left. That was like a 40-minute time lapse. The reason being is it's so laggy that it's like we're playing in slow motion. So let's clear the battlefield. It seems like our Nebels haven't been firing as much. Oh, well, this one's just out of ammo. What about the ones over here? This one's out of ammo. This one's reloading. So it must be that these supply trucks don't necessarily reload them. Yeah, this is out of ammo too, so that's sad. This is also out of ammo. What the heck? Alright, roll this over here. It seems like our shells just don't necessarily reload, which actually makes it even more impressive that we're still holding without our artillery. Also, I wonder how our snipers are doing. Some of these guys have some high tierage. This guy's got 14 kills. This one's got 10. And this one's got 20. Nice. I think one of them died. Rip. No! Because we did have 4 over here. And then we had a 5th elsewhere. I just don't remember where. Get back on that. The Morser here. The Stern Morser is still reloading. It's weird because it feels like sometimes these have been reloading and other times they have not. So I don't know what to make of that. There's just so much infantry out here, all just kind of just free roaming around, huh? We'll pop smoke with this thing, why not? Buy it a little extra time. I think we just win this, honestly. I think we've got this in the bag. It's more so a matter of just letting 4 minutes go by, and it's taking way longer than 4 minutes. Because of the lag. But here we go. We're going to fire this Sturmorser over here. That's actually the last shot we have for that. Does it have other types of ammo? Yes, it does have 38 centimeters, so I guess it'll load that up. Not a great shot with that, sadly. Not a great shot. We never took this out. Let's bring that out. This one died here. We'll try and repair it, I guess. We never brought these out, so we might as well. We are losing stuff. Like, they are having an impact on us at this point. So we might as well bring out anything extra that we have back here that could be helpful. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we have this back here that just never materialized. What about these? Can we bring these out? Yes, we can! Let's bring that out. Bring those out? Yes, we can, but what's the point? Because they're kind of crappy. The Nebels! Wait, I forgot about all of these. Hold on, get me a squad in here. I forgot about all these Nebelwürfers over this way. Oh, that'll be fun. Okay, I believe this is the last wave that the enemy is going to be bringing forward. So after this, we'll just be Gucci. My main. Okay, so hop on those. loud. Alright, we're gonna free fire these suckers, bring them over this way, and you guys can just have fun. You guys can just have the time of your lives, alright? Bring them out, bring them out. Alright, come on out here, boys. 3 minutes on the clock, 3 very laggy minutes on the clock. Why don't we go ahead and get some additional reinforcements for the front lines here, just in case, because I would be so sad if in the last wave we lost because we didn't put anyone here. They did actually get some Shermans all the way up here, but no cigar. There are no W's for them today. No, sir. Alright, so those are coming out here, or they should. Perfect. We got infantry coming out. Let's time-lapse again, because it is so laggy, dude. And there we... The game crashed. You gotta be kidding me. No! Oh. Well, at the very least, we won. We just don't get to see the kill count. I bet it was probably like 5,000 or something, though. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.